You, welcome back. On today's Explained episode, we're talking all about white fungus, aka silver ear mushroom, a jello texture-like mushroom that has been used in Chinese medicine for centuries due to its health benefit to humans. Today, we're going to start from talking about what exactly is silver ear mushroom, its nutrition profile, to how to choose, store, and prep silver ear mushroom at home. And make sure you watch to the end of the video where I teach you how to properly cook out the polysaccharides in silver ear mushroom to create this gel-like texture sweet soup with jujube dates and long end fruit that is not only tasty and refreshing, but also packed with nutrition. Honey friend, this is Erica right here. I'm a tiny citizen currently living in America. Cooking and traveling are my passion, so I'm here to share with you my favorite Asian recipes. I make kitchen trivia short and Asian home cooking recipe on this channel, so if that interests you, please subscribe and keep watching. Silver ear mushroom is the edible mushroom that belongs to the Tremeliaceae family. It is also known as snow fungus and white jelly mushroom. And if you translate it straight from Chinese, it also has the name of silver ear, snow ear, and white wood ear mushroom. And this is black wood ear mushroom. Even though they're very similar looking, they're completely different species of fungi. Both black and white wood ear mushroom got their name because they're naturally grown on a tree trunk in the forest. And the shape of the mushroom growing on the side of the tree trunk make it look like a ear of the tree. Silver ear mushroom are mostly sold in this whole form, dried in a plastic bag like this. It has a pale to yellowish color, a soft and jade-like texture that is almost translucent, and a shape that looks like underwater coral, especially after soaking. Silver ear mushroom are commonly grown in Asia, but nowadays you can find it in many tropical climate countries. Silver ear mushroom is known as king of all fungi and has a reputation of the civilian's cubulos. Cubulos used to be an extremely expensive Chinese medicine ingredient that only the richest out of the rich could afford. We've been using silver ear mushroom in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries for its medical benefit, especially for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Throughout history, Chinese people regarded silver ear mushroom as a medicine of longevity and immortality. Silver ear mushroom does not contain much fat and protein in it, but it has a very high amount of polysaccharides. The slippery texture of the silver ear mushroom actually comes from its polysaccharides. In fact, it makes up to 60 to 70% of the weight of the silver ear mushroom. Many Chinese people, including me as well, that thought silver ear mushroom contains a huge amount of collagen, but in fact, collagens are mainly exist on animal only. Polysaccharides are a water-soluble nutrition that mostly exists in rare mushroom that has countless benefits for human. In Chinese medicine, we believe that the polysaccharides in silver ear mushroom may improve skin complexion, help control blood sugar level, lower heart disease and cancer risk, as well as boost your immune system and brain health. However, if you believe in the Western medicine, there is still more human research need to be done. Silver ear mushroom also contains 7 different amino acids and 75% of the essential amino acid that human needs daily. It is also high in dietary fiber as well as calcium and iron. So now we know why we should eat more silver ear mushroom, but how do we pick a fresh one in a grocery store? Here's a few simple guidelines for you. Number 1, the fresher the better, because the longer you store it, the more nutrition lost in the mushroom. Number 2, the yellow one that smells earthy is the good ones, because white fungus naturally dries in a yellowish color. The white one like this are most likely sold with sulfur dioxide or hydrogen peroxide to make them look pretty and pale. Though this type of silver ear mushroom has a pungent scent and it's hard to cook out its gel-like texture from its polysaccharides. Last but not least, you can also touch the mushroom real quick. Gently press into the mushroom from the packaging. It should feel hard and solid, but not soft and bouncy. Each bag of silver ear mushroom normally contains more than 1 flower of silver ear mushrooms, so to store them, just keep it in the original packaging and keep it in a cool and dry place in your kitchen away from sunlight. The silver ear mushroom has a very unique crispy texture while it's cooked, and there's 2 ways that Chinese people love to eat them. 1 as an ingredient in shaved ice or dessert, or 2, cook in a limited amount of water to create a gel-like texture of sweet soup. So basically it depends if you want to keep the cooking water or not. Silver ear mushroom cannot be eaten raw and have to be soaked for at least 30 minutes and cooked for an hour before consumption. If you're just using silver ear mushroom as a topping and you don't want to keep the soup, just cook it in a big pot of water, starting from cool, bring it to boil, and let it simmer for around 1 hour. Remember to never cook your silver ear mushroom with hot water to start because the hot water will seal up the mushroom, make it really hard to cook out its polysaccharides from the mushroom. So make sure you not only soak them in cold water and also start cooking them with cool water. Now, just like any other dry mushroom, to prep our silver ear mushroom, we also have to soak it. We want to soak it in tap water for 30 minutes facing down with at least 3 times the amount of water. If it keeps floating up like this, just press it down with a plate. When the time's up, you can check on the mushroom and make sure it's soaked through by touching the ears. Besides the center, it shouldn't take longer than an hour to soak through. Now toss out the water and give the mushroom a gentle rinse as well. Next, get a scissor and cut out the center part that is still hard. This part is not only discolored, but also has a rougher texture and can turn sour after cooking. Now the rest we can just break it into small pieces to make it easier to eat. You can use your hand, knife, scissor, or whatever you prefer. Silver ear mushroom release its polysaccharides, kind of like how onion release its pungency. The more cutting surface, the easier to cook. So some people like to take a quarter of them and blend them into juice, so the soup will turn out thicker with more polysaccharides released. But it is optional. I like to do it though. Now prepare a non-iron cookware with 1 liter of cool water in it. Exposed iron cookware will react with the polysaccharides, so we want to avoid that. Now toss the mushroom in, turn on high heat, bring it to boil, and let it simmer for 60 minutes. Most silver ear mushroom can be cooked through within an hour and will release its polysaccharide into the soup and make it thick and gel-like. Now when the time's up, you can add in your pre-soaked jujube dates and long end, simmer for another 5 minutes, keep it covered, and let it soak for another 20. Now open up, add in your sugar and some honey if you will, mix, 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 and done! The long end jujube date silver ear mushroom soup is ready. I know, what a long name, right? Well, this is how we like to name our dessert back home, just listing out the ingredients. The soup is sweet but refreshing, packed with a water-soluble polysaccharide. It is normally thicker when it's cool and more watery when it's warm. This soup is very easy to make at home. As long as you can find the fresh silver ear mushroom, you should be just fine. Now before you leave, let's learn how to say silver ear mushroom in Mandarin Chinese. In silver ear mushroom. In Thank you for watching to the end. Let me know if you find this information useful by giving this video a thumbs up. It's only gonna take you a second, but it's gonna help me and my channel a lot. I make video twice a week on this channel, so remember to hit that bell and you'll never miss out. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe on my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!